They've been trying to kill us since the womb, man.
Matt, would you walk down the street and some guy pull out a needle and let him stick it in you? That's basically what you're doing.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation.
Oh, did you see what happened to Nicki Minaj? She knows some guy in Trinidad, because that's where she's from.
Yeah.
And he was about to get married. He got the thing, his balls shriveled off. And now the lady left him that he was going to marry.
Dang. And they said that it attacks your reproductive. Why would they attack your reproductive? Oh, women with babies in the womb. Fetus, they said it dismantles the body of the baby.
It's sterilizing them.
Yeah.
The guy, he's the
so
one.
that they cannot repopulate.
The one that invented it was on this show called Dark Horse or something. And he was talking to another doctor. There's 2 other doctors on there. And one of them said the babies are being born and their brain is on the outside of their skull.
That goes back into that 2 Ezra 5 where it says that they're going to have monstrous babies.
Mutated.
Yeah. Oh, there was a woman I saw on TikTok. She's saying pray for her mother. She said she was hemorrhaging from all her pores, which it says in that
Incontinency.
Incontinency, right? That they're gonna, all the fluids are gonna come out your body.
I heard something like that she was bleeding all over.
Yeah. So then they gave her fucking clotting blood and a blood transfusion. They gave her medicine to give her blood clots, and now she's getting blood clots all over her body.
Yep.
Get that Isaiah 14:21 real quick, dog.
Okay.
That's what.
Can I get this real quick?
Yeah. Like you can do it like that. So that one.
Okay, so this one's Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. And I've seen an article. They're letting these fucking people that got the, you know what? Give blood. So if you go get a blood transfusion, you get shot or something, you go get a blood transfusion, you're getting it.
Oh yeah, they can put it inside you.
Okay, you said
Isaiah 14:21, and grab Obadiah real quick, verse 15, just to prove the point, because this is their intentions, right? That they're gonna kill us, but it just said that the Lord is gonna destroy them.
You want him to get over there? Or me?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
I can get it.
I can get it. Stay there.
Obadiah?
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Obadiah or?
Obadiah 15, verse 15.
The other one. I got the other one too. Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
All right, so his own reward is going to return upon his own head. So they want to depopulate us, and they want to stop us from being able to reproduce. Go to Isaiah 14:21.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
There you go. So their intention is to depopulate us, to stop us from repopulating. But what's going to happen? It's going to come upon their head. We're going to gather them and put them in slavery, and we're going to stop them from repopulating. How? It's called extinction. It just said, grab all the sons. Why? The sons are the ones that have the family jewels. The balls, which produce the sperm, which you put the sperm inside the woman's womb, and that sperm is, they actually show it on camera, that when a sperm hits the woman's egg, there's a flash of light, which is the beginning of life. See? So if we gather up all the Edomite men, when our Lord and Savior comes, all right, 1,000 years after slavery, they have to pay back what they've done, and then put them in fire. They're not going to be able to reproduce no more, because there ain't going to be no more Edomite males. See, and the women are going to go too. Go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction dwell nigh.
So the sword is who? Esau. He's a weapon of mass destruction.
How would you come up with gain of function where you take the shit from a bat and make it attack humans?
Right. And you got to remember, he created what? A sword. He was given the technology of the great sword, the nuclear missile, which that jab is a sword. It's a miniature sword.
But it's a deceiving sword.
Right.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another.
Oh, civil war. Are they not right now in Washington right now? They got the fences up because they're expecting protests.
Oh yeah, the 18th.
Why? Because they're making that thing mandatory for you to have a job.
And then what he did in Afghanistan, they're pissed off about that.
They said you're not gonna in October. You're not gonna be able to get your Social Security, your retirement, if you do not have the jab. So you got a lot of veterans that are pissed off because they're not even allowed their retirement no more.
They're rightly due. They worked years for that
Right.
Social Security. They take it
And
out
they
of their check.
sacrificed themselves in the war.
And swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men,
Sedition is them going against their government.
and invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor prince, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Which is their governors, their mayors, all the way up to their presidents. Why do you think Congress is telling them to put the fence back up? Okay? Because they're not gonna reverence their authority. Shit, I heard this Edomite from I think it was Atlanta, and he said what we need to do is go get the governor and pretty much hang him in public.
Oh, they've been sending messages to, I think it's like the health department, saying we're coming for you.
And I just saw a letter.
Oh no, it was the election.
Letters
The
are
election
going
people.
out. They're saying if they make it mandatory, we have to comply to these jobs. You know, so the people are getting those letters. Hey, you're gonna lose your job or you're gonna comply. So they're getting ready to what? To cause sedition.
I just want to clear that up. It wasn't the health department. It was the election
Oh, the
department.
department.
They're getting
Because they're divided. You know.
Gone. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Oh, they just said October. You can see it on Rethink the Dollar. They said that one of the new executive orders that they're going to push out is that if you don't have the jab, you're not going to be able to travel on the interstate.
You have to take the side road.
This is federal highway. All right, so you won't be able to drive on federal property.
And you're not going to cross state lines.
Right, 'cause that's federal.
It's like if somebody takes drugs or guns from one state, that's a federal crime.
Federal crime.
So if you go and you're not
Well,
jabbed,
they're saying you're a
that's
threat.
federal crime.
They said you're pretty much a domestic terrorist if you don't take the jab.
Just because they decree it, you know.
Right.
That's unjust law. For because of their pride in the cities shall be troubled.
And that's the thing. Their pride, like you said, because of their unjust decrees, that's because of their pride. Who could take me down?
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, what you gonna do about it? What did Biden say? You need a motherfucking F-16 with a nuclear bomb on that motherfucker.
We don't need any of that because Yahweh Shai is going to take your ass out.
That's
right.
But that's the pride of the so-called white man right there. Who could bring me down?
You're going to fall hard
Right.
this time. President Biden.
All of them, you know?
Roasty too.
Well, that word woe is destruction.
You gotta remember, those ain't even the elite. Those are poor-ass trailer trash Edomites.
Right.
Those politicians.
They
Like
probably
if you
use
go
McDonald's.
into
I heard
Biden,
Trump ate McDonald's.
Biden, you can look it up. They say he's worth 28 million. Right here, Polis, he's worth 300 plus. So really, Biden's a nobody.
Yeah.
Trump was worth more than Biden. So that shows you there's levels of. And what about the trillionaires? You know, you got like Rothschilds. You don't even see their face on the news, and they're
Remember,
richer than anybody.
The brother did that video and that reporter was out there, and he goes, "Your time is short. You're running out of time." And that devil looks back like that. You look at the devil
Right.
face.
Those are, and that was a Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Those men are worth trillions of dollars.
But they're fucking old. They're about to die.
Right. But I'm saying though, Biden's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
All these, that's why they're going to be left here. That's why it says they're going to be able to put their hands on their politicians. See, the politicians think they're going to escape.
They telling them, "We got you covered."
Yeah, you just get to this plane at that time. And they show it in the movies all the time where they're backstabbing them.
Yeah. They're gonna show up and the plane's taking off.
Yeah. Or there is no plane.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there's a bunch of angry Americans out on
Or
the fence.
one of their elite men just say, "Hey, somebody got some sacrifice."
You know we do sacrifice.
You know the game.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Come on, Biden.
He actually thinks he's gonna.
You had to sacrifice your children. You think we're gonna let you go? Hey, they do that in the even in the gangs. A lot of these prison gangs, and you got the Mexican mafia and shit. A lot of them dudes are becoming snitches because they be doing all these hits for the gang. And then the gang wants to hit on them. See, you can't trust a criminal. There's no yeah, no honor among thieves.
That's what you got in the echelon of this government.
Right. They kill each other for nothing, for less than that.
He killed his family for it.
Right. For that seat.
What they do in the Romans times, you know? Leaders are
That's his
killing each other.
bloodline, bro. So they don't love each other,
They love that power.
right? They'll kill each other for it. It says that in Revelation 6, that they kill each other, and they were given a great sword, which that great sword is the missiles, and they're going to shoot those missiles on top of each other. Right.
The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Did you have a second?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right. And why is that? Why is that going to happen? And it's because they're going to come in on us. It says that. It says in Matthew 24, verse 3, and as he, Yahushua, sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, which is happening. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then, so when they come after us, which they're coming after us now, that's why these things are happening. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one and another, and shall hate one and another. And we've seen it at camp. See, when the wicked come after us, even the wicked of our nation, the Lord turns them against each other.
Yeah, that was a perfect example.
And so that's what's going to happen to the wicked of the world, the Edomites, and these heathens.
Brother against brother.
Right. Because we're there telling the truth, and this word is bringing out these prophecies, and that's what makes these things come to pass, just like in the day of Noah. Noah built the ark, and at the completion of his ark, by faith, that's what brought forth the flood of that Yahweh promised. See, our faith is what's bringing forth these prophecies. Because we believe that these things are going to happen. And faith, it tells you, Yahushua said it, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you should be able to tell this tree or this mountain to go into the sea and it should be moved. So our faith, us coming out here and prophesying against Babylon the Great, this golden city, is what's bringing this place down.
And this city's going down. It's like Esau's trying to get the last moment. That's the second Edomite couple taking pictures by that statue.
Right.
They're
And they don't
trying to
even know.
savor it.
They don't even know that's Jacob there, bro.
How good is that?
Yeah. Because they lost who they were too. See, they became slaves to their own prison. They became inmates when they were the guards. And the inmates became the guards. Yeah. Because everybody forgot who they were. That's why you got Jake thinking that they're patriotic. And then you got these Edomites that are saying, man, we need to be equal to the nigger in the spick. Because they lost who they were.
They're supposed to be superior.
They're playing the same game that Esau plays.
Right.
By his playbook, you know.
Mm-hmm. When you go into the history, the Pony Express was ran by Jake. That's why when on that statue there's fringes on
On his pants.
on his coat.
I seen a
his pants.
picture too. That's the spirit. I got that scripture right here. I seen a picture Jake back in the 1800s with the an Israelite, like the northern kingdom with the southern kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to get this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, said Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon.
Right, and really, you know that made me think of? A gun to the head, bro. They're in fear. They're afraid of war. They're afraid of the jab. They're afraid of crime that's coming to their door.
And upon her princes, and upon her wise men, a sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed.
Right. Oh, Afghanistan got these missiles. Did they just kill so-called 16 of their Marines? Mm-hmm. That's the mighty men.
Oh, I heard they got hit with the drone in Iraq.
So all these Babylonians are afraid, man. That's why they're out here trying to get their vacation in.
Yeah.
Trying to spend, because they know it's over. They know it's about to go to war. And what happens in war? Poverty kicks in. For the people, you become poor, but for the elite, they become rich because they own the metal. They own the missiles. They own all these things that are going to be used, and they're going to become rich off of it.
Oh yeah, Tomahawk missiles like $1 million.
But then guess what? You're going to become poor because you got to go to war, right? And your family got to stay here and starve to death.
And then they're going to get jabbed while you're in the war.
Right. So there's fear all over these people, man. Fear, terrifying fear. We have hope.
The Lord tells us
we
not to
have
fear
faith because we believe in the things unseen, like our salvation. See, we're the only ones that have hope. Everybody else, they're out here trying to live their last laugh, live their last hoorah. But we know we have eternity. These people that are mortal, they're going to perish, and they're going to perish quickly.
Oh, the elite are scared. They're hiding in their bunkers.
They're in their bunkers.
They know Jeremiah 16:16 is coming.
Oh, they got fakes like Biden. They showed the mask thing on his ear. They're putting up doubles. Why would you use a double? Because you're afraid.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her.
Right, which is all these nations. You got all these different heathens, including the Israelites here in America.
And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her. This is America.
Yeah.
A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols.
Right, why are they mad? Because there's no salvation coming through their idols. They're doing all this witchcraft.
They're praying to that guy.
Praying to Caesar Borgia. And there's no release, no rest from their sorrows.
Therefore, the wild beast of the desert with the wild beast of the islands shall dwell there, and the owl shall dwell therein.
Right, because at the end, what is it? Nuclear destruction. And the animals, those desert animals, they're the ones that are going to occupy the place.
And it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
So that shows right there, you just remember you started 2nd Ezra 9 to measure the time diligently in itself. You just read a great drought of all these things.
Which is happening now. They're
right
saying
now.
the rivers are drying.
We are in the last days of America, man. Literally, this place has moments, minutes, possibly hours. You know?
I'm telling you, the 18th, they're planning on a rally. They might just go, the government might just go smoke there.
Oh, I heard a lot of people saying expect some kind of attack, a false flag within the 60 days. That was from Biden's speech to Halloween.
By Halloween, something's going to happen.
Yeah. The tensions are going to be too high. A lot of these people, I just saw a guy, he said so that he don't have to get the jab, the owner of the business, because they have over 100, he fired everybody over 99. And he said it was like 40 people or something like that. So you got 40 angry people that have families. What are they going to do? Go DoorDash? Everybody's going to DoorDash? You know? You got Walmart shutting down. They just had that Walmart on Federal Boulevard and 72nd.
Oh, you know when it's going to get real?
Yeah.
When these Walmarts shut down and say, you need the jab to come in.
Oh, bro, there's this military guy. He says, everybody keeps asking me, when's the time to fight? He says, you see this little thing? When this shit gets shut off, that's when we rise up. He said that when they go into other countries, he's an ex-military, and he goes, I've been all over in war. And he was a ranger, he had it tattooed in his neck. And he goes, what we do is before we invade, we shut off all technology. So when they shut off the technology, that's when they're coming in. That's their technique.
Oh, and Biden's bringing the UN troops right on through the border right now.
Right. And we don't have to worry about that because when they come in on like a flood, we're going to be able to get that power and rise up against it. You know what I'm saying? We don't need a physical weapon. We have spiritual power.
As Yahweh overthrew.
He's going to cut the grass, yeah. But
Let's go where he was.
so there's no shade. Let's go right here and walk.
You want to be in the sun? Oh yeah.
I was just trying to wait till he got closer.
Yeah, he probably wants to.
Did you pause it or no?
No, it's still.
Jeremiah 50 and verse 40 now. As Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north as a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not shew mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, every one put in array like a man to the battle against thee.
Which is those missiles. And what did you say about China? They're making more of these
Yeah,
things.
they said America's saying let's make peace, and China's increasing missile
Right.
production.
That means they're putting those soldiers into armor, putting them in those suits to come fly over here and destroy this place.
Oh man, and then I got one on that. O daughter of Babylon, the king of Babylon hath heard a report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as of a woman in travail. Then I want to get this one. Isaiah chapter 33.
Oh, and that's gonna happen when they see those missiles flying. I think they're scared now. Wait till they start to see missiles flying.
Oh, Joe Biden gets his microchip and tries to open the door, and they change the code on it. The bunker's not opening.
It's not functioning.
You're not in the future plan.
Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Right? So now that they're trying to, that's why you got these average average day Edomites, and they're saying, that wasn't us, that was the past. See, they're trying to make peace with their victims, and now it's time to deal treacherously with them.
But they ain't like it.
Well, what goes around comes around,
That's right.
as they say.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, Yahushai.
Right? And that's insurrection, is them coming up against us, and it starts in the spirit. Remember, we're warring not in the flesh, but in the spirit. Go from there and into Psalm 16. Yeah. Because it's going to tell you what kind of insurrection they're doing against us. Right now, they haven't moved against us with military yet. There'll be a day when that takes place. But right now, this is actually a spiritual war. Right?
Psalm 64, verse 1. And the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Right? Which is, they're in conspiracy. Which means that they're together, breathing together, plans and plots to come against us. They're making sacrifices, drinking blood, doing all this witchcraft against us.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
See? So that insurrection in 2nd Ezra 16 verse 70, it says that there's an insurrection against them that fear the Lord.
Yeah.
It's telling you how they're doing it. To witchcraft. You see? They're not, right now, they're not coming at your door, boom, 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 open up. No, not yet. They're actually doing spells and witchcraft and shit. That's why you want to clean your way, clean your path, so that nothing could trip you up. What is that? In the sin that easily beset us. I think it's Hebrews 12. It says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, which is the prophet. Be a prophet. Looking unto Yahushai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. So, like I said, any sin that you struggle with, go against that sin. Because these witches are going to try to sift you. You know?
Don't give them all. a hold on, like the devil. He's been stealing from the beginning.
What did it say? The devil walks around like a roaring lion, looking for who he may devour. They do that astral projection and shit like that, man. They'll say, oh, this guy is this. They'll look through your phone, see if you're lusting real hard, you know. And they'll remember Total Recall. The wife wasn't even his wife. It was the fucking agent. And he goes, what about our marriage? It was all programmed into your mind 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
You know? They can do that to you, you know? But we won't be deceived because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is with us, but you got to be obedient to what he commands us.
Psalm 64 verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Right? Which they're casting spells. They're putting witchcraft towards us, but it's going to bounce off of us and stick on them. That's why the brother read it, Obadiah 15. Verse 15, it says, whatever they do to us is going to go upon their own head.
I seen one thing, I don't know what state it was, but it said they're trying to get Jake the jab, right? And it said only 15% of Judah was jabbed, and they said only 0.15% of Gad was jabbed. And they said Gad won't take it.
The deception, you know, it says they deceived them into taking the mark of the beast. That's witchcraft. See? But it says the elect won't be deceived.
Isn't that word guile mean
deception?
like deception?
That's what he done to Eve, to deceive her. Just like that's what he's doing right now. He's telling people you won't die. But in the same tongue, they're saying you will die.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. He said that.
Right. So that's witchcraft.
Fine.
Because witchcraft, it just said with their tongue, they wet their tongue.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Fear not. Because they think that, see, Satan is talking to them. They literally go and do witchcraft and cut babies up and drink the blood so that Satan can come before them. And Satan manifests before them, and he's lying to them. He's telling them, you're going to win. You're going to live forever. You're going to, oh, don't worry. Your kingdom is going to continue. Only deceiving them.
There's no hope in Esau, you know.
And even them being able to sacrifice a couple of us, that's going to deceive him. Because they're going to say, oh, look,
winning.
Yeah, we did it. We can do it again.
Then he's going to touch the wrong one.
Right, and the elect are going to be changed into power.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately.